Hey everybody, how's it going? So today we're going to be talking about one of my personal favorite creators, Corpse Husband. His journey, where he's may have gone, how he's doing, everything about him for the most part. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter video, but I did want to go over people's concerns with him. People are very concerned in general because he kind of just up and left. However, he does make surprising appearances, and I don't think he's necessarily gone. I just don't think a lot of people have seen what he's been doing or where he's been going, or even seeing where he's been on the internet. We're going to dive down into it and check it out, see where he's been, and see if he's coming back. Now, I myself have actually been a Corpse Husband fan from the very beginning. And when I mean the very beginning, I mean I literally have watched him from pretty much day one. I even found an old comment of mine. Now, I'm not going to show you what channel that is. It's a personal channel. It doesn't need to be seen by anyone, really. Where I actually offer to make him some creepy horror music because he asks for it. And, of course, I was lazy and didn't do it. I don't know why. I should have done it. That would have been really, really cool. But I used to talk to Corpse Husband every now and then. I mean, just through his comment section. He didn't have very many subscribers. I'm thinking maybe 200 subscribers maybe by then. Genuinely nice guy. Very genuinely nice guy. And as you all have seen, he is just an awesome person in general. Everything about him from back then is the same as you all see him today. And it's shocking to see how many subscribers he has now. I never expected him to take that turn. I always listened to him just through his horror stories, his dark web series, which the dark web series was very popular then. Ironically enough, I was actually working at a place called Google, the biggest Google facility in the entire world here in Pryor, Oklahoma. And they had just got done with Building 3. They were still doing some finishing touches out near the Bay areas and stuff like that where the big trucks come in to drop off servers. And a lot of that stuff was under construction in that area. It was kind of creepy, like interior construction and stuff, but the most of the offices and stuff were all done. They had a beautiful remake of like a 50s diner. It was gorgeous inside that place. Very creepy listening to Corpse Husband when I'm by myself, doing my job in there all by myself at midnight. I mean, it was crazy. It was awesome though. And this would have been July of 2015. He actually had created his account in July. I think it was July 16th of 2015, and I made my comment like July 28th or something like that. I don't know. You guys will see the screenshot. But it was towards the end of the month of July. You could see I made a comment then. He didn't have very many subs, so I am very proud to say that I am an OG subscriber of Corpse Husband. So, very, very cool stuff. I'm very knowledgeable on the videos he has done, on the things that have gone on in his life, just because I'm a fan. He was a very enjoyable creator. Now, he's been struggling with many different ailments, unfortunately. And I do hope none of those are the reason why he has been slow to upload to YouTube. I don't know if it's a fact or anything like that. I just genuinely hope that's not the case because he is working on things like Tribe 9, I believe it is, and a character called Ojiro Otori. I don't know how to pronounce all those names, so I'm terribly sorry. Tribe 9, obviously, don't take that out of context. Obviously, I know how to say that. He's also been working with artists like Machine Gun Kelly, which is pretty cool. So, I'm not a big fan of that type of music well, I mean, you can clearly see I'm into the metals. But, you know, to each their own, right? The fact of the matter is, Corpse Husband's very, very busy. And I would hope that that's the reason why he's not uploading. Because that's a nice, happy ending, for the most part. He uploads whenever he wants, plays games whenever he wants, stuff like that. However, there have been a lot of controversies. And the main one that I'm going to get into, I'm not going to get into any of the whole, like, oh, he said the R word or the D word? I don't even know what the D word is. So I guess I'm out of touch because it has something to do with, well, a certain type of people that I'm not really allowed to mention on YouTube. So that's just, thank you, YouTube, for that. I love the censorship there going on. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't know what the D word is at all, and I wasn't able to find it. Every single article I read just said he used the D word. But anyway, obviously, we all know what the R word is, and I'll be straight up honest. Unless he called a person that has those issues, I'll just say that because I can't even say what type of issues anymore because it's all considered bad words now. If he did that to somebody and called them the R word, I would 100% understand why people would be upset. But to just say the R word in general, how old are you all? What do you got, like 4 or 5? Grow up. It's okay. It's a word. It's not going to hurt you. Sticks and stones. I mean, that's the era I grew up in. You know? Who cares what somebody says? I don't understand why people give words so much power. Words are nothing. Words will never hurt you. We have bigger fish to fry. We have bigger problems to worry about than that. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Anyway, I don't know what the big deal is, but obviously there are some issues with a very few amount of people when it comes to those controversies. Like I said, they're not even worth getting into. However, what is worth getting into is not only his ailments like GERD and fibromyalgia and unfortunate situations like that. There is also the fact that he's having a hard time reading. Not because of anything mental, it's his eyes. He's literally having a real hard time struggling to read to his audience. And I can understand that being frustrating and not wanting to do that anymore. However, I don't know if he's been able to correct that or what's been going on with that in general. Maybe he's over that. I enjoyed watching him play video games. That was some funny stuff. Many clips that you guys can see online of that. He's a funny guy. That's very enjoyable. As for where he may be, well, actually, I just found this clip from 4 months ago.
Oh man, you're just the voice I expected.
I'm fucking upset.
Wait, why?
Somebody called me 1 in a million.
Huh?
I'm pissed.
Wait, why is that upsetting to be 1 in a million?
Well, you gotta think, man, like,
Yeah?
there's like 40 million people in California.
Yeah?
So that means there's like 40 of me, right? And then what, like,
Yeah.
LA is a pretty dense city, so like that means the other me is like what, like on Sunset or some shit? Well, you just go talk to him then, like.
So you're really,
Well,
you're
he's
really...
like a couple miles. Fuck this.
You're
I gotta go.
Okay.
Yeah, now after seeing that, he's clearly still around. I wouldn't worry too much, guys, and I actually was going to upload this video on the 15th of this month. Then I kind of realized, well, it's October. And if he's going to make a comeback, it's probably going to be October. It would be very silly if this video did end up coming out and he does another video in October before this video came out. So I'm just going to go ahead and upload it here today on the 7th. I think that's going to make it the best. That way, at least I don't look completely foolish. Watch him literally upload a video yesterday, though. Oh, geez. That'll drive me up a wall. And of course, with many articles like this coming out, where Corpse Husband really does not want to show his face, and he's very freaked out that stalkers are going to find him. He doesn't want to be found out on who he is. And I think that's just his right in general. He wants to be an anonymous person, which is totally fine. And you have all these crazy people who just want to figure out who he is, not leaving him alone. A lot of people are afraid that has completely driven him away from the internet. I totally understand. And I am blocking out the person's face that this is. This is definitely not Corpse Husband. I have no reason to believe that this is. And with all the different face reveals that have come out, even if one of them is Corpse Husband, there's like 20 of them who are not. And that's unacceptable, guys. Completely unacceptable. There are, at least at a bare minimum, there are multiple people who certainly couldn't be Corpse Husband, because how could every one of these different people be Corpse Husband? Only one of them could be if it was real. Which means we're gonna end up harassing these normal people for no reason, just because of somebody wanting to get clout for figuring out who he was. It's absolutely unacceptable. Leave it alone, guys. There's no reason to be going after somebody this hard. This guy's entertaining. He's a lot of fun, and I get it. There's a lot of people who don't like him for some reason, and that's just weird. I mean, he uploaded that breathing video, and he did it just to prove that people would hate on it, which I can understand some of the comments on there of not liking it. And what it was, some of these comments were not a direct attack to Corpse Husband himself, but to the fans going, you guys are enjoying this, because some of the fans started going, oh my God, his breathing sounds so good. The obsessive fans were getting weird about it. And I think more normal people were like, why are you freaking out over him breathing in a microphone? That's weird and creepy. You know, and I can understand why some people were like, oh my gosh, Corpse Husband was trying to get these people to freak out over his breathing and make it something. He clearly wasn't trying to do, but I can understand some people's conclusion to that. Regardless, Corpse Husband was right. People are going to hate on him for literally nothing. He will literally do nothing and people will criticize it. And that's weird, but that is also what comes with having almost 8 million subscribers. You're going to have at least 10,000 of them that are probably completely out of their minds. And I understand why, that would freak Corpse Husband out quite a bit. That being said, I really have no reason to believe that this is what made him stop uploading, and this is what made him stop doing online appearances. Like I said, just 4 months ago, he made an appearance on somebody's channel. I don't know the details of that. I don't keep up with gaming channels nearly as much as I keep up with just the horror community in general. That's my main focus. Every now and then, though, when I see him go live for some sort of video game play, it's really funny to watch. A lot of his stuff was hilarious. The Among Us was pretty funny. The Friday the 13th, absolutely hilarious to watch. It's good stuff. I enjoy it, and I think you guys would too if you haven't seen it. And if you have, obviously you have been enjoying it. The best way to make him stop, though, is to just keep on bothering him with this stuff, and yeah, then we just won't have any fun, I guess. A lot of people out there want to ruin the fun. That being said, I do think it does come down to him being an incredibly busy person these days, which is awesome. I do hope that's what's causing it, because that means that he's turning out to be even more of a success, and that's just good news. I genuinely like it when people that I follow, people that I like, I literally watched this guy go from 200 subs or less to becoming a very successful, famous person. And that's awesome to see. It's awesome to see someone come from essentially nothing to something. I think that's what everybody strives to do, everybody strives to be, and we should be happy for people who do make it, especially when they deserve it. It's not like he's some jerk going around thinking he's better than everybody else. I've never gotten that vibe from Corpse. Not once. I want to satisfy you guys. I know a lot of you all want to hear some creepy stories. I just uploaded one at the beginning of the month. It's great, I think. I enjoyed the journey that I went on to discover the truth about that story of the Labadee Mansion. And at the end of the month, I plan on doing a doozy of a place. And let me give you a hint. It's going to be the most haunted place in Arkansas. And if you don't know what that is, you're literally living under a rock. Just Google search the most haunted place in Arkansas, you're going to find it. Anyway, that being said, though, how about some people who really specialize in that more frequently? There's Your Maker, one of my all-time favorites as well, Mr. Nightmare, Lazy Masquerade, Bee-Busta, King Spook, also another one of my favorites too. All these people are. And then there's special mentions, like I remember one named Lady White Rabbit. She was really good. And one that drives me nuts that she doesn't hardly upload at all, called Sinister Shaft. Her Shafttober was always something I looked forward to. She needs to come back because her voice was just the creepiest voice to listen to. And I mean that in a great way. It sounded like some possessed child on a rusty, abandoned playground, is the way I would describe her voice. Just sent chills down my spine. I don't think I've ever been that, creeped out. Like I said, in a good way. In a good way. Like, her storytelling is phenomenal. It's just the way that it's delivered, the way she does it. I've always been a big fan of that. And I don't know if there's anything that creeps me out more than possessed children. Like, look at The Shining or The Grudge. Something like that. Always a really, really freaky situation. Yeah, it's one of those things. Some people are afraid of mannequins. Some people are afraid of, certain types of buildings and stuff. Mine was always creepy, possessed children. I don't know why. Dolls and stuff like that didn't affect me. But seeing a child start, going, who's that up there? Or something like that, I would be like, oh my God. Go to bed. Go to bed. Don't talk to me. I don't know. Something about that just always scared the crap out of me. And I'm just, I don't know. It's fun. Those type of horror movies are really, really fun. Sinister Shaft really delivers it, in my opinion. Go there and let her know that I sent you just to bug the crap out of her. Maybe she'll come back for Shafttober. At least, if there's a Shafttober every year, then I'm satisfied. Just letting you know. So, yeah, guys. Thank you all very much for checking this video out. I hope it lived up to your expectations. I hope this explained a good amount of what Corpse Husband may be doing or may not be doing, I suppose. Unfortunately, I don't have all the answers, but I can certainly tell you he's still around. He's not gone. This isn't a Kaylee Elise situation, thankfully. And I will bet you guys anything you will hear more from Corpse Husband in the near future. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys here in the next video. Later.